Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. You guys, this case has been unbelievable. It's been just incredible to watch, and we've been streaming it live and chatting our way through it, and today was just a wild day. So today was trial day 14, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make you a highlight reel. I'm going to talk about some of the craziest things that happened today, and yeah, in case you weren't able to watch it, I just want you to be able to see some of this because, whew, there's a lot going on in this case. But as usual, it wouldn't be nearly as fun if I didn't have my favorite sidekick here with me, my husband Jay. Say hi.
Hey, this is Jay, also known as Dr. Bad Vibes on YouTube. I'm here to talk about all the nonsense going on this trial.
So to dive into this, I'll start and say the psychologist was up today. She testified yesterday. Today was cross-examination. This is Dr. Hughes. Now, if you're like, wait, didn't we already hear from somebody like this? Yes, we did. That was Dr. Curry. She was amazing. She was so sharp and really on top of things and diagnosed Amber with, I believe, borderline personality. And yeah, she's just incredible. I thought she handled her testimony really well. She's very sharp and quick and knew what she was talking about. Okay. That is in sharp contrast to Dr. Hughes, who we saw yesterday and today. You guys, in case you don't know, I've been calling her Pearl, and, well, here's the reason why. Now do you see why I call her Pearl? It's not just on her necklace. It was around her wrists. It's just a lot. So this is her outfit yesterday. Today she wore something different. Doesn't matter. So if you see this picture and you're like, wait, this was yesterday. Nope, I'm talking about day 14, which is Wednesday, and what happened today.
So Captain Jack Sparrow already reversed the curse of another Pearl, but then this one shows up, determined to send him back into a life of obscurity, but can he and his team fight back?
Okay, here's the deal with Pearl. First of all, Jay, that was amazing. Second of all, here's the deal with Pearl. Obviously, she is Team Amber Heard, which I am not. Back up. I talk about this a lot. A lot of people are like, are you blindly Johnny Depp? No, I'm not. I'm sure that neither of them are a treat. I don't think you can have the substances he's had and stuff and not have some issues somewhere. But I am firmly in his camp because of the research I've done for this case and because of the videos I've seen and the recordings of her. She, say what you will about him, she seems like a truly terrible person. Okay, back to Dr. Hughes. Dr. Hughes is the first witness on Amber Heard's side. And here's the crazy part that bugs me about this whole thing. She spent time with Amber, but it was more about this questionnaire. And it seems to me that it came up that it was all self-reported. So depending on how you answer this questionnaire, well, then that's your diagnosis. So hypothetically, if I click all the boxes that say I have PTSD, then guess what? I have PTSD. Do you see where I'm going with this? I will say that Johnny Depp's side did a good job questioning her. Today was their turn, and they pointed out, well, how many times have you been a paid witness in a case like this? And it's been quite a bit. This is where she makes her money. She goes around, she testifies into cases like this, makes her money. They pointed out she's never, I believe she said one time she testified on behalf of a man. Otherwise, it's been women whose side she's testified on. So do with that what you will.
So, wow, I never really thought about that. If you're an expert witness, you can just kind of have your resume out there and say, hey, pay me and I'll say whatever. I mean, that may be a bit of a stretch. I'm sure you're supposed to be neutral, but I mean, money talks. And I mean, gender aside, Amber Heard was on tape before basically saying oh, you're a white man and nobody's going to believe you right now in this climate. And then, then you've got this expert witness that only talks on behalf of women. I mean, I may be drawing too many straws, but I get what you're saying. And just other weird stuff too. I mean, she referred to James Franco as her friend. Oh yeah, I go out all the time with my buddies and we nuzzle. Hey Bill, let me nuzzle that neck. Yeah, that's how that works. I mean, and then again, I keep going back to Kevin Nash, the pro wrestler. I mean, it wasn't quite as blatant, but I mean, that was from Magic Mike, and I mean, there was a little bit of implication that there was more than just high fives going on. And I mean, she's on record as hitting Johnny Depp, and this psychologist kind of like made that okay. It's like okay for her to hit him. I guess if it's in retaliation, although it never sounded like he was the aggressor based on his thing. So, I mean, before I ramble on too much, I mean, I'm kind of in the same camp. I don't really know much about either of them. I mean, I know absolutely nothing about Amber Heard. I only know about Johnny Depp from a little bit from his movies. I mean, they're both from Hollywood. I'm sure they're both train wrecks. I mean, I think he dropped out of high school. I mean, how he probably missed out on some maturity, like going from straight from high school to traveling band member to multimillionaire. I mean, it may not all be bad, but I'm sure there's some issues.
But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It was just infuriating to watch Dr. Pearl. First of all, she kept turning red, which was kind of funny when she get mad, but that's beside the point. Dr. Pearl, not really her name, Dr. Hughes, it was so weird. They played the audio in court today where Amber literally says that she hit Johnny Depp. She talks about it openly. We've all heard the tape. If not, I have a video on it. Go listen. But she talks about openly hitting him. And Dr. Hughes was just so team Amber, say what you will, paid off, whatever, just team Amber, that she couldn't wrap her head around that Amber would be the aggressor here. It was only that Johnny Depp was the aggressor and that Amber would only do this in retaliation. But again, that's not at all what we got from the tape. So it was a very infuriating day. But I know what you're all waiting for, and I'm not going to drag this out anymore. The most important thing that happened today, Amber Heard took the stand. She took the stand, and you guys, it was as big a train wreck as you'd think it would be. Now, she took the stand after lunch, and she was questioned by her own attorney. So it was her attorney that was questioning her. So we only got the Amber's a hero story. And you guys, it made us, in the chat, we were all teasing about being so nauseous because it is disgusting to listen to. Before we get into this, I do have to show you Whitney has her new song up. It's called Crazy Eyes. And while I would love to play it for you, I want you to go to her channel to actually hear it. You guys, it is the funniest darn thing I've ever heard. If you're like me and am just not an Amber Heard fan, you will love this song. She set it to Crazy Eyes. She did such a good job with it. Whitney, this is amazing. So everybody go check that out. She's at Parody Whitney, and her videos are so much fun. And this one, I can't even believe, it's so hard to pick a favorite, but this one is for sure my favorite. So check it out. I just want to take a minute and show you my dream microphone. This is what I'm saving toward. It is a professional microphone. It's got amazing reviews. A lot of the top broadcasters, podcasters, YouTubers use this one. And I'm very excited about it. I really want to save toward it. If you're interested in pitching in toward it, I'm collecting to upgrade my microphone equipment. I want to buy a soundboard. I want to buy a mic stand, all the stuff you need with it. I'm not even collecting for all that. That's on me. You know what I mean? I just really want to save toward this microphone. If you're interested in giving toward it, and thank you to everybody that has, here's how you can do it. It's ko-fi.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I mean, if you just want to do like $3 toward a cup of coffee, that's what they say it's for. But I'm putting it all back into the show, into the microphone. It really does help me out. Thank you to everybody who has helped me on my way of getting this dream microphone. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to hit my goal, get this mic, and upgrade my show.
I struggle to have the words. I struggle to find the words to describe how painful this is. This is horrible for me to sit here.
So, without going into too much, I've spent a great deal of time dealing with the public, specifically liars, and that on top of, I don't really, again, I don't really know Amber Heard. I've only watched a few of her movies. Aquaman sticks out, and I recall her not being a very good actor. So all that combines right here for me is that she is just totally full of it, and I'm not buying any of this.
For weeks and relive everything.
Yeah, so to put it in context, every day she's been wearing very tight braids. Today was the first day where one of the first days where she had her hair more down. And I know you're like, why does that matter? But it does, because of the way she had it half down like this. You can see part of it's pulled up, part of it's down. It would add to the dramatic head wagging of it all. She would shake her head. She would feign tears, even though no actual tears fell, that sort of thing. And it sounds silly, but the hair actually played into it quite a bit. The entire time Depp looked down, I got to give him credit. Again, it's not that I'm 100% Johnny Depp. I don't want you to think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not. But I got to give him credit, because it would be hard not to stare daggers at her when, somebody's lying about you like that. And he kept his head down. He kept his cool, and she spread some tall tales here.
People that I knew, some well, some not. My ex-husband, with whom I shared a life, speak about our lives in the way that they have. This is the most painful and difficult thing I've ever gone through, for sure. I come from Austin, Texas, a small town outside of Austin that you probably haven't heard of. No one has. It's called Maynard. And I was raised by my mother and my father, and I grew up with a little sister, although I have a big sister as well.
And your little sister's name is?
Her name is Whit Heard.
And how much of an age difference is there between the two of you?
Whitney and I are about 1 year, I think we're 16 months apart, so right next to each other.
Maybe this is just me talking from, having a younger sibling, but shouldn't you know that a little more confidently off the top of your head? If you asked me, I'm like, I could be like, 3 years minus a month or something like that, or, but yeah, she kind of flip-flopped on how it was. I don't know. Granted, being up on the stand, that's got to be nerve-wracking. So, benefit of the doubt, but still odd.
And what did your father do for a living?
My father broke horses and did construction. He painted houses, and hunted and fished. But that was for fun.
And what did your mom do?
She worked for the state of Texas.
Let me just, since you talked about the breaking horses, can you just tell the jury what your role is in assisting your dad on that, and what is involved in breaking horses? You just got to stay on, basically.
So dad breaks horses, she breaks people. Horses poop everywhere, she poops over the bed. I see a correlation for something, I guess.
I would help him. I was more of a crash test dummy. When you train a horse, it's a wild animal. It doesn't necessarily like to be ridden. And there are people out there who are crazy enough, like my dad, to pick that as a profession, I guess. And he was really good with horses, and I was the son he never had, so it was my job to, stay on.
And what, if anything, did you learn from your father about how to react to the horses?
If you're thinking to yourself, why am I listening to this? Guess what? I had the same thought. Why are we listening to this? Now, obviously, it's character building for the jury, blah, 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 but this went on and on and on. I'm actually going to save you a headache and cut to some of the good stuff. But you guys, she spent time talking about all the charity work she's done working in soup kitchens and stuff. And I just want to remind you that 3 days ago, the ACLU was on testifying that the money she was supposed to give to charity and promised or required to give to charity because of the settlement. She didn't give to that or the children's hospitals, but charity's very important to her. If you don't believe her, she'll tell you.
Well, I really loved meeting people, so I worked at the soup kitchen every morning before school, during the school year, for about 4 years.
What kind of soup's brewing on that stove? It smells like chicken and lies. No soup for you. I mean, really, a lot of that, leading into it, she expressed a desire to not be at home fairly strongly. I mean, it sounds like there's something traumatic going on there. Not being judgmental, but I mean, that kind of lines up with the initial psychologist and the personality disorder.
I didn't go on weekends, but on weekends I would do various things. Worked at children's museums typically, because they would work with younger volunteers.
So again, just a friendly reminder that it's a children's charity is one of the things that has accused her of not fulfilling her donation that she was supposed to do as part of her settlement.
And mostly soup kitchens and things involving children. I worked at with deaf kids for a while, and I love it.
So what club has deaf kids hanging around eating soup? That doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so from here things get real dark. So you're going to want to go see that testimony. I'm not going to play it here because she gets into graphic detail of violence, but I will tell you some just more crazy stuff comes up. She talks about, you guys, it's just a lot. It was a lot. She claims the Meghan Markle defense, and what I mean by that, and my feelings on Meghan Markle, is she didn't know who Johnny Depp was before. She had no idea he had an island. I hope you read the sarcasm in my voice on that, because it makes no sense at all, right? And then she claimed not to know about the, what was it, Winona? Am I saying that right? Winona. Sorry, I was thinking Winona Judd. Winona Ryder. The Wino Forever tattoo, and claims that that's when some of the stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube started, is because she didn't know about that tattoo and laughed at it, and he didn't find it funny. And again, I say, I really did not know too much about Johnny Depp going into this, but I knew he had an island, and I knew about that tattoo because they're pretty well known things, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but it's a lot of convenient that you didn't know certain things and that you just happened to meet this guy who happened to be the most successful actor. Sure, make it make sense.
So I'm out of my element here, but isn't it a thing when celebrities date? It's this whole PR, two kingdoms courting their royalty. The one team's briefing so and so on the other person, and that's just talking from a celebrity level. I mean, talking from a real world level, if it's anybody with any sort of public exposure, will she not just Google him? I'm sure if you Google Johnny Depp in 2012 or whenever, it would say, oh, he's Jack Sparrow and owns an island. I mean, I would think it'd be some of the first things that come up. I mean, it's probably on Wikipedia.
So exactly, it just doesn't make any sense. But I'm gonna leave it here because it got pretty dark. They talk about, again, things I can't talk about on YouTube that involve rhymes with Smrugs, starts with a D. And then they talk about, physical stuff that happened. But they left off, her attorney is questioning her. And then tomorrow, I don't believe her side finished yet. I believe they'll pick back up with her side. And then it'll switch to Johnny Depp's attorneys questioning her. And I cannot wait for that. Now, if you're keeping up with the trial, just FYI, they do the live streams Monday through Thursday. They don't stream on Fridays, and they are taking next week off because the judge had something else going on. So I live stream as much as I can, and I should be around to stream tomorrow. So I'm dying to see the rest of what she says and what they questioned her about and what Johnny Depp's side says to her. I really want to hear that. So it should be fascinating. Join me for that. And definitely check back here for the highlights and recaps. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. A big thank you to Jay for being here and watching this crap with me that he wouldn't normally watch. Check out his channel. He's Dr. Bad Vibes. Whitney's song, she is Parody Whitney, if you want to find her. And again, thank you all for being here. If you're interested in donating toward the mic, it is ko-fi.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Thank you all so much who have given. I really appreciate it. I'm almost halfway there, and I'm so excited. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.